Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the Digital Basement. I'm, of course, Mr. MKL. And this is where we're hanging. It's Niche Fighter Monday. I hope everyone's doing alright today. It is another week. and I hope it's treating you well. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I am doing all right. I have been hard at work, just busy with work. So it's good busy. I am not mad at it. But yeah, it is. It does take a lot of time. So, but hey, yo, I managed to get out to my monthly this past weekend. That was absolutely lovely. Got to meet up with Polar Bear and play some games. We played some Heat Wave, played some Project Justice, and then brought out some Robo O as well, which did a couple of things. A, reminded me that I haven't played Robo O in a while, and I need to fix that because there's been a bunch of stuff added to the game that I honestly didn't even clock. Like, so I need to go back into that. But it also reminded me that Robo O cross Uchu Mega Fight is a thing that is happening. I mean, we were talking about lately about the, you know, tag fighters and hyper fighters. And the what's something in the water for developers in this style of game, and there's been a bit of a resurgence as of late with, you know, 2XKO, Tokon, the 3v3 mode in Strive, and Hunter x Hunter, and so many other things. Corrupt, and of course, Robo O cross Uchu Mega Fight. So we can't play that, but it's going to be at Bit Summit, and Bit Summit is a gaming festival that takes place in Japan every year. It is this coming weekend, I believe, and Robo O UMF is going to be there in some capacity, so it's gonna have its first public demo. The general scuttlebutt is that there's going to be this public demoing. They're going to show more stuff off. There's going to be a public trial that people can get their hands on before being released. I'm going to say in 2026, but hey, maybe we're going to get something by the end of the year. Hopefully we're going to be able to get our hands on a demo by the end of the year at the very least. So, yo, that is super exciting. And then, like, in that whole group, right? Like, Foxy Boxy makes Robo O, Uchizine makes Uchu Mega Fight. And then there is Harama Self, who makes Kyanta, Ultra Fight to Kyanta 2. And that game just got some updates as well. And there's all those developers kind of run in the same circles, and they have been working together and, you know, doing crossovers and stuff. And it's so great to see. So we're going to check out this kind of smattering of games from this group of developers from over in Japan. I think it's going to be pretty fun. So you know what? Let's get on into it. Alright, so for those interested, you can play Uchu Mega Fight yourself for free in a browser. There are actually two versions of the game. The English version is at version 1.2. The Japanese version, which I'm playing here, is at 1.4 something. And it has at least one other character who I have not tried out. And of course, there are unlockable characters, so maybe we're going to be able to unlock some characters today. And then, you know, our lovely Auto 5 from Robo O, our guest character from Robo O. Yo, what's up, Torball? Yeah, KO, yeah, absolutely. The Dynamite Heady would be absolutely at home here. Uchu Mega Fight is inspired greatly by Joy Mech Fight for the NES. Very early fighting game from Nintendo. Actually, I'm not sure who the developer actually was on that. I don't know if it was an internal Nintendo team. But for those of you who don't know, this is a two-button fighting game. This is a game made for the Pico 8. Guys, if you don't know, the Pico 8 is a delightful concept of, it's a fantasy computing standard. Someone was like, Lexalawful, I believe is the creator. They said, hey, what if there was this microcomputing standard that never actually existed, but we created a set of theoretical physical restrictions for it, but it's all based in software, and then we make that its own platform. And so one of the cutest things about it is that it's cartridge based. You boot cartridges in this thing, but since it's all software, the cartridges are actually stored, and the games, right, are stored as PNG files. And the little icon is a little like make believe cart that would be what the cart looks like if this was a real physical object. I love shit like that, man. It's so good. Yeah, Torball, it was kind of a from my understanding, as not a programmer but someone who is interested in these things, my understanding was that they went to great lengths, and this is a bit of a like masterclass on how to create very, very large, expansive, feature-rich games for the Pico 8. Because the Pico 8 works on, like, tokens, where every certain number of characters that you use in the code caps out, like, will, like, eat up tokens, and eventually you will cap out your cartridge. And so you can do multi-cart games, and my understanding is that Uchu Mega Fight is, like, several Pico 8 carts that are linked together in order to do this. It's kind of like the equivalent of, like, if I wanted to compare it to something, it's kind of like bank switching in like NES games, right? Where it's like you can only read from 2 banks of information, but you can have multiple banks and swap between them as you need them. And so I'm pretty sure that's kind of what they're doing. But no, it is kind of like a technical feat for a Pico 8 game. So there are 3 fighting styles for your characters here. One of them is a like 1-button special style. One of them is a like a cutie, a cute version. What are they called? A SD version, basically, of your character. And then the other one is more traditional, right? Yeah, I'm not sure how many characters they managed to fit in per cart. My understanding is that it started as like a 2-cart game just to be able to get everything together, and then it has just grown from there. But right, like, I don't know what is it at, like 7? Is it at 12? I'm not entirely sure. I would love to do an interview with Uchizine to kind of figure out some more of the details on how they managed to do this from a technical perspective. All right. Ooh, interesting. So, oh. Okay. This is a fun character. So, usually you have like a kick and a punch attack, right? So her punch, though, is just firing a bow and arrow, and she has forward to fire it up, neutral to fire it forward, down, and then multiple directions in the air as well. That's cool. Okay, and then the multi-hit wave attack for a fireball and kick. And then quarter circle back, multi-hit. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so if you just do it and let it go, I think it lasts longer. Yes, I think the number on the health bar is a training mode only feature. Also, like, this is a very, very robust training mode. I also think that's really worth pointing out. It has hitboxes, it has key display, attack data, all the essential stuff. Right? I'm gonna turn stun off. Look, you can just, like, swap in the other backgrounds on the fly. and then with down and select, right? You can do record. So down and select will reset the training mode, and then right, left, and select will set up your. It's like a hotkey for your CPU, your dummy record. All right, so you have like, it's only 2 buttons, but you have, of course, command normals, right? So 5K, 6K, yeah, right. You have a crouching. That's interesting, since she has arrows, really, she has a fairly limited normal set, right? Oh, but she can... she can sweep and then OTG with her arrow. Okay. And what's her throw? Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I was like, can she link her arrows? If I sweep, not into the up arrow. Oh, she can go into neutral, though. No super or EX moves. That is a rare thing. But... Oh, this mode doesn't have it. So one of the character modes actually has special into special cancels. So every round, possibly every match, you get 2 stocks of a like special into special cancel. Okay, so I can't go arrow into wave. Oh, the wave OTGs as well? Oh god, that's actually kind of tricky. Oh man, okay, so like she can like chain her 5Ks, but they don't actually connect. And even yeah, jab into sweep doesn't. Can I get sweep into step kick? No. I can't get arrow into step kick either. Huh, interesting. So she really is just like this annoying... keep away character, which, I mean, in fairness, even like, look, her step kick literally pushes her full screen. Alright. Oh, wow. She can just... Ha, that's fun. Okay. So, yeah, she can just hold it. Oh, that's really annoying, guys. Okay. That's a really cool character. Oops. Okay, so I believe, yeah. So this is the version. I'll just show you guys one of the other modes, which you can see now below my name. Marumoyo has those two little pips, right? So she's got this, what does she have? She has the headbutt. Funny, it's too close, it becomes a throw. And then she has a 100-hand slap. But it means that she can do cancel into headbutt. Yo, Honda, right? I know it's a vertical headbutt though, so it's more like butt slam, but it doesn't hit on the way down. Ooh. So yeah, and like it's fun. She keeps some wild momentum. Air 100-hand slap. You know, you don't know you need it until you have it. And it's funny, I don't think you can actually do it. It doesn't let you do it unless you're canceling though, right? So I wonder if I could just launch. Yeah. So like launch button. 100 hands doesn't work. Ooh, do they work on block? Excellent question. Guard all. Yup. Whoops. Which also means yeah, there you go. So yeah. Which is good, because, I mean, it does pretty... What does it do on shit, right? So, string KOF. Yeah. And then tick in the throw. So there are some strings which are kind of No, I think you can go between anything, right? So 5K, 5P. They won't all connect, but 5K, 6K. Oh! I love it. Before the 5K hits, go for the cancel into the overhead. That's some Akuma bullshit. Yeah, right? So you can go sweep overhead. So it's really, yeah, any button into any button. At least for this mode, right? So I think the one button special mode might work differently. I don't use that one as much. Oh, and yeah, absolutely. The hands do very nice chip, right? So that's just a good option if you ask me. Okay. Oh, okay. And so then she has this other mode as... Oops. I keep hitting back. Let's find out what this character's... Because she has a sword now, man. So I want to see what she's like. Let's see if we can even get through Hashi. I have some nightmares about facing this character. Oh my god. She's got fireballs? Oh, interesting. So it's like one of her modes is actually a... like a sword fighter versus a... Right? Sword fighter versus an archer. That's cool. I wonder if it's closer to real seconds. Oh, dang. See, this character is ridiculous. This Dalsum-like nonsense. Plus that, whatever that is. But honestly, most fighting games, timers, their seconds last longer than actual seconds in my experience. Like, so much of the time, I'm like, that is not a second, that is like 1.4 seconds or whatever, right? Oh man, that fireball stays out. I love it. Yo, this entire game, like, I love the pixel art. I am so excited to see all the Robo O stuff. Oh my god. Okay, that's involved. All right. I'm so excited to see the Robo O stuff. I know Uchu, not Uchu, Foxy is working on the portrait art for a bunch of the characters, definitely for the Robo O characters, right? What? Okay, hitting with the sword slash and then being able to OTG with the fireball. When they're standing, I can go fireball into normal. So I need to find a decent normal string that at least maybe leads to a knockdown. Right, so I think, yeah, 6... Yeah, 6K. You know that this is like, once again, I mean, I've said it about a lot of games, but like, there are a lot of love letters to fighting games. Ow! Oh no, my car! It's so good. Yeah, no, it's real fighting game hours, man. Okay, but I got 6K 2P, which looks like a launcher, but isn't actually, but maybe 2K, or sorry, 2P into that. Poor Chibi Auto 5. Look at him fly around, though. How awesome is that? I haven't seen if it lets you kiss your opponent yet. Though I'm pretty sure Heat Wave will, which, yo, I also played with Polar Bear at the monthly, which was so dope. Alright, Mao the Grappler. Okay, try 2K, or sorry, 2P into Fireball. Ow, no! And don't drop it. Look at that damage. Brutal. I like how they actually, I don't think, if you lose and continue, they don't randomize the character, but they do randomize what fighting style they have. Oh no, I can't even go into Fireball. Okay. Okay. But 6P... Oh god, I keep getting those backwards. Oh, that's fun. Okay. So if I can hit him with the Fireball... Oh, sorry, hit him with the sword. Fireball, maybe I can get 6K again. It's like, it's such a small, I love, like, it's such a tight little combo system because the button real estate is so small. But what you can do within it is so freeform. And there's I don't know, there's this little bit of, like, wiggle room to this that I appreciate. Oh, here we go. We got the bullshit arrows now, though. Yo, special into special cancel on block, and then the delayed fireball to save my life. I'll take it. We're just doing buttons now. I gotta remember, I have those dash cancels as well. This moveset is a little weird because, like, the fireball and the sword slash are so delayed. And it has to, like, hit or be on block. God, this is such a cool minigame. I love it. It's like a fucking wily boss, man. For real, Mohas, more mini games. There's, you can do so much with your fighting games other than being, like, look, I ain't even mad at, like, esports, guys. Like, I'll be real. Like, esports, kinda cool. Best viewers bots, little less cool. But you know how it is. But yeah, I don't know. So much you can do with your fighting games. Giant bosses, cool mini games. But yeah, I am mad at esports. You want competitive fighting games? That's dope. You want a circuit? I love it. Love it for you. But also, don't forget about all the other cool shit. Now I'm worried. I did ban... Yes, I did ban the right person. No, not like this. Yeah, so same boss, different fighting style. I love that as a little bit of extra randomization. God damn. Oh, I can throw air fireballs. Oh god, in a trade? Okay, okay. I gotta find a better way. Okay, too far. Can't do it off 2P. Dang. Alright. I don't know if this is better or worse for me. Yo, yeah, I'd be down to try anything. Give it a go. Yo, what's up, Guardian? Just popping in. Glad you could make it for a bit. Okay, I mean, I'm getting the trades. Oh, my thoughts on those screens are that I absolutely love them, and I want more of it as soon as possible. I was saying earlier on today, the game's going to be at Bit Summit in Japan, which is very cool. Oh my god, I've got a wall jump! I just realized that. And no, I love both what Uchuzine and Foxy Boxy are doing, and so... can't wait to see how they do a tag fighter on the Pico 8. Like, that's wild. Bit Summit is, I believe, this coming weekend. So this weekend in Japan, they're doing their thing, and I don't know if it's going to be a presentation. I know they're like demoing publicly, and then there was talks about a public trial that people could get their hands on as well in the near future. Man, I'm just trying to enjoy the beach, and you're gonna send some monster at me? Some No, I'm not actually sure. Look, we don't need E3. Honestly, we don't need, I don't really need the Game Awards. Like, the Game Awards exists for a reason, and it's not for a lot of us. Like, every time the Game Awards comes around, I'm like, okay, over the next 12 hours, someone will just send a tweet that has all of the relevant announcements. Great. That's what I want out of that. Like, I'm not there to celebrate the Bethesdas of the world. Like, some of that stuff is cool. Even the Nintendos. I love a lot of Nintendo games, but I'm not really there for the Nintendo Directs anymore. Yeah, excited to go learn some Castang. Alright, who do we unlock? Oh, yes! This is the character that was recently added to Kyanta as well. Japan Mask. It would be funny if they added Kyanta and Japan Mask as a guest team. I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised. By my count on those screens, there are 18 fighters, and like, we're almost at 18 fighters in this game. Alright. Alright, so we have high and we have low. And then we have wall dive. Oh. Okay. So you're Nurse Vega. 100%. Yo, alright, Guardian. Yo, thanks for swinging by. I appreciate it. Oh, that's fun. Alright, you can... Wall dive, special cancel into wall dive. Yo, enjoy the rest of your day. Man, this is so cool. Like, I honestly cannot believe that they managed to make this game. What the hell? What the heck? Yeah, let's do another run. Let's do another run, and then we'll hop on over to Robo O to complete the... Oh god, this is a character too. Oh, she's got 3 dash cancels. I've now used them all. Oh, damn, mashed out of it. Okay, so she has a flash kick, a low rolling fireball, which we can follow in with, as well as the delayed overhead. Oh, right? That would be so dope. I would love to see it. Oh ho ho! Okay, so you can flash kick and then special cancel into your low fireball to land and OTG them. This game is sick. This game, like, okay, I understand it, man. There was, so the discourse is happening again, as it always does every 6 months or so, where all of the, you know, not all of them, but a bunch of the content creators, in light of all these versus games and hyper fighters coming out with one-button specials, have decided we need to talk about one-button specials and limited motion inputs again. And one of the things that I have seen that keeps coming up is that it fundamentally limits the complexity that you can have, right? And I am always just like, that just strikes me as, while I understand where they're coming from, and like, in a certain view, yes, it does. Like, if you're only looking at motion inputs as a way to express various levels of difficulty in a fighting game, and then you take that away, you are limiting an avenue of that. But it strikes me as having such a lack of imagination to say that there aren't other ways that you can incorporate that. Perhaps the ceiling is a little bit lower, but like, fundamentally, in a way that is going to negatively impact the experience of people who desire that stuff, I don't know, man. Like, there is still great complexity in Fantasy Strike, in Uchu Mega Fight, in Tough Love Arena, right? It just ends up expressing itself in a different way. People who never play Battle for the Grid. And Battle for the Grid is such an amazing example of look, this is a game that said, we will be just as like mechanically dense as any other game of our ilk, while also removing motion inputs, right? Like, I don't think anybody looks at that game and says it has suffered for it. It is not complex. There is not enough for the technical heads to dig into because of that, right? It's yes, yeah. It's basically that, right? In light of games like Nen Impact, Tokon, and all that stuff, that is something that I'd see. Man, it is like several of a couple of the fighting game creators that I don't really know, but I see pop up in my feed. We're talking about it. Max did a video on it. Sajam did a video on it. Oh, minor side note, I thought it was hilarious. The last Sajam started his video by talking about, oh, look at all these FIFA inputs that you have to do for various things to do various things in FIFA. It's basically a half circle motion. That's basically a dragon punch. And it's funny, where I was like, I've been on about that for years, being like, yo, look at your average every gamer sports game and look at the complexity of the inputs required, and people don't bat an eye at that, right? And it's like there is something beyond the motion inputs and the like and that kind of stuff that is keeping people from engaging with fighting games on that level. And I feel that oftentimes the inputs are used as an excuse because they're so notable in fighting games, right? FIFA is not noted for that stuff, but it incorporates it, and so people don't bat an eye at it. Oh, absolutely, KO. That was. I think that was a little bit of my frustration with it because you're right. People were talking. That was one of the things that Sajam said was that modern mode in Street Fighter 6 is the gold standard. And for me, I'm like, okay, like I like modern mode well enough. Like that is kind of a cool implementation of an approachable moveset. Tekken has done similar things in the past. But you're right, there are all these other games who have their own elegant solutions. I thought it was very interesting that one of Sajam's compliments for modern mode was that it's something that gives you access to enough of the toolkit and then encourages you to bridge the gap to classic controls or whatever you want to call them, right? And yeah, absolutely. And there are other developers who have been doing this for a long while, right? Where some of them restrict it to like Heatwave, Monochromatic Hermit. It's quarter circles and it's 2-2 inputs. Those are your those are your inputs for the game, right? And it's like, look, those are fairly approachable versions. Get used to doing that in this context, and then bridging the gap isn't so hard. Matrified and Murphite with their lenient inputs, which is literally, I mean, it started as what is the input that you would end on? If you're doing a quarter circle forward, then you're ending on a forward motion, right? So forward and button is your lenient input. And you're encouraged to try to do the full motion. And if you mess it up, you're probably going to get the special anyways because you're ending on the lenient input, right? But then if you get it, you get a slight bonus to go along with it. That's a very interesting and elegant solution, right? And it is you do not have to go in the modern control Street Fighter 6 path. You don't have to go down that path to achieve a lot of the things that they're talking about, that these folks are talking about. And sometimes I think it's just a gap in the conversation because in fairness, most of those creators and most of those people are interested and are focused on the a large variety of games. Don't get me wrong, but the a certain type of game, right? And are perhaps not really investigating the stuff happening in the indie sphere, and perhaps not investigating some of the more obscure stuff, right? And this is no shade. It's just it's the people operate in different modes. We're the niche fighting folks here. That's kind of where we're at. Those guys are really the Street Fighter guys and the Arxis guys, and they're going to be where they're at. So, but it is a bit of a point of frustration when the conversation comes up. Yo, Joe P, what's up? Yeah, if the simple inputs feel natural, you're fine with it. What sucks is that MVCI kind of did turn Captain Stars and Stripes into a down input, changing what you already knew into something you didn't know. Fair. Like, and that is some of the growing pains I think of this kind of shift, where yeah, you do end up with things that are natural to a large and like this is I think part of the opposition to a lot of modern controls and a lot of like lenient controls um and approachable styles is very much that is that it is fundamentally changing the paradigm in some ways, and it is making it so that it's not like it was before. That does not mean that you can't achieve the same kind of thing, but there are growing pains along with it, right? Not everyone is going to be comfortable doing that. Not everyone is going to like it, and that's fair, right? So, but yeah, but that like changing what you already know and are familiar with into something new, even if it does this other thing, which there's right, and so it's like, yeah, that you might not care about that, so it's kind of hard to want to do that shift, but then you get a new game that you don't have that preconceived kind of experience or that previous experience with, and it is a lot easier to just hop into that, right? I see KO there saying about the FIFA stuff. You're not micromanaging a fast pace in FIFA like you are um, in fighting games. No, that's true, but you are managing like CPU controlled teammates, and you have to have an awareness for that, and that layers into your mental stack, right? You have to be able to shift modes in a way and balance your priorities in a way that you don't necessarily have to in fighting games, but is more of a macro scale that is its own challenge in FIFA, right? So like, I see what you're saying. Absolutely, it is not a one-to-one comparison, um, but it's like in the midst of a very complex competitive game, because people do take FIFA competitively seriously. Um, it, I think that is the kind of comparison that I'm trying to draw light to. But yeah, no, it's not perfect. Absolutely. So, Kale, one of the things that I like about Murphite, and I wish that it did more of, is actually having some kind of incentive to do the full motion input beyond just meter gain. And there are a couple of examples, right? Um, Gamma will get a ground bounce off of a fully charged 2.8 2.8K. But if you don't, then they don't ground bounce. But it means that you have an actual choice to make there, because what if you don't want to use a ground bounce in your combo? What if the ground bounce version puts them at a slightly different place, so pop canceling is different, right? And so it opens up an opportunity to, and this is what I discovered when I was training a little bit with Gamma, is that it opens up an opportunity to, on the uncharged version, which you can get by just doing the lenient input, then right you get a different route, and you get different opportunities, and you get different mix-up potential, right? They reset differently. That is actually really interesting, because I think part of the problem with like simple inputs and lenient inputs in some other games, and I think one of the thing I've really heard about feedback from Grand Blue players, is that there really, most of the time, there's no penalty in doing the lenient input, so I'm just going to do the lenient input DP and neutral and get a more reliable dragon punch and anti-air, right? So what if that lenient input DP acts slightly differently? Not fundamentally worse, but differently, right? Yeah, Castlevania literally, yeah, it's absolutely true. Literally has fighting game inputs, and everyone's kind of like, that's awesome. Yeah, you wish motion inputs were treated the same as charge inputs in Murphy, but yeah, you know why they don't, unfortunately. Um, yeah, and yeah, no, and meter gain is really cool. That is like inherently it is an incentive for the skilled player not to go, right? But that is once again, I don't know. It's like it's tough. Do you want to use your lenient approachable input to then add a layer of complexity and differentiation, where if a player relying on lenient inputs and they can't do the motion input, then they never get access to what the motion input does, right? So it starts limiting their ability to get access to it. So like there are downsides to that, obviously, but it is just to say that there are many ways that you can approach this, and none of them fundamentally restrict you in terms of creative expression on like design philosophies. It doesn't restrict you on layering in complexity both in gameplay and input, right? It doesn't. Um because like and honestly, I almost want to make a fighting game that is the most like hilariously approachable fighting game ever, but then make it the least approachable thing possible, right? It's gonna be a two button, one normal attack, one special attack, one button specials with lenient inputs and a wide buffer, like a wide buffer input, and it is gonna be the most ridiculous, bonkers ass, complex fighting game that everyone's gonna be like, "There's too much here. I can't do it." Right? Like I really almost want to do that because it just to say, like, if you think that, then we should be broadening our scope of what we think about fighting games, right? Which, I mean, frankly, is one of the things we do around here, right? It's like, it's saying, what are they? What can they be? What have they been? And maybe more. Man, I do. I've been wanting to make a video game since I was a child. Right? I think the first time I played Mega Man, like Mega Man 2 on the NES, I was like, I must make a video game. Haven't gotten there yet. Sounds like we're doing just frames in different ways. Yeah, and that's right. There are. That is always what I think about when in terms of complexity, where someone will talk about how complex Marvel is to play, and it is, and then say Fantasy Strike is a solved game, and I am like, on on a micro level, when you are playing Fantasy Strike, it is a very like, it's a very different game than what you think it is, and some of that minutia is really finicky. It is really difficult to execute correctly. It takes great skill and precision and knowledge, and it's just that the input is forward and special. That is the difference. Everything surrounding it is just as complex and just as engaging, right? And just as interesting and difficult and rewarding to figure out. I don't know. No, and like, legitimately, KO, I probably wouldn't want to play it myself either, right? Like, I just think as a proof of concept, as a thought experiment in the balance between approachability and traditional fighting game stuff, and how that, and like what the limitations are. I think it's like, yeah, that would be a really interesting thought experiment, and unfortunately one that I think people who say approachable fighting games fundamentally limit the expression of fighting game design wouldn't understand or care about, right? Like, they would not look at that thought experiment and say, "Huh, I should reassess my position." I would hope they would. I don't think they would, because it's, for them, it's a foregone conclusion. It is not what they value, and so it is a moot point for me to bring that up to them. For people in our spheres, I think it would be particularly interesting. For people who are interested in kind of like the philosophy of design, I think that would be. I think they would find that interesting. But yeah, for like some of the talking heads that I see sometimes, who are just like, if you do one button specials, then you're cutting off some fundamental expression of fighting games. They're not gonna see that expression in there anyways. Oh, and yeah, man, there are so many fighting guys. Like, there are so many fighting games to go back and play. As someone who like does this on the regular, I still haven't been able to get through them. There's too many. Yeah. Yeah. I love that that works. Okay, this character's kind of sick. So many interesting projectiles in this game. Oh, come on. Alright, let's see if we can get through this arcade mode in one. There we go. Yeah, being able to kind of control the vertical as well as the ground with those projectiles, and then have a flash kick as well, and the multi-hitting jumping kick, which is also a nice bonus. Oh, dang. Okay, big damage, though. Oh, yeah. Just powering through. Oh, I was worried, actually. I was legitimately worried I was going to lose on that trade. Yo, okay. Flash kick bowl, flash kick bowl. I wonder that I took him to the corner there, but I wonder if that also works mid-screen. Oh. Yo, I always struggle with Mao, though. Yeah, use that bar, though, because we get it back. Man, the Fantasy Strike stuff was cool. Like, I'm really glad that it was a game that was brave enough to say, yeah, we're doing long rounds. And it was, like, fundamentally all tied into its, like, its health bars, right? And the way that the health system works in Fantasy Strike really dictates the round structure. it was also a leftover from a planned like their planned single player mode, or like actually their planned just mode. The game was initially planned to work like a roguelite, where every round basically you would pick up another attack or ability. They reformatted that kind of for their single player content. Right? But it was all based on that. And I don't know. That's something you don't. That's kind of why you do those experiments. That's why you do those approachable experiments, because it actually kind of changes the design philosophy, right? It's like far from limiting it, it actually opens up your possibility. Perhaps for this particular game, to the exclusion of something, but almost invariably to the benefit of something else. Man, I had a good run for a second, didn't I? Damn. Finally at the point where there's too many fighting games struggle between your favorites and others you want to explore. Yeah. Too many great fighting games, both already out and on the horizon, for me to worry about anything about that, right? Like I'm totally at ease at this point in my life, being like, hey guy, not for me. I am moving along. Right? It's there for someone else, and that's fantastic. I'm happy for them. Alright, let's go in and see who we unlocked. Did we not? Oh, we need stars. Oh, I see. I see. We need to start beating the... Alright, alright. I see you, Uchu Mega Fight. For real, eh? I mean, start chipping away at the demo at the very least. It's worth it. It's cool. I actually went back to Heatwave through the demo. And it's forced me, because like none of my, like, I think one of the characters that I kind of play is there, but like most of the characters that I play are not available in the demo. So it's actually forced me to just like pick up new characters. I have the game. I'm gonna go back and try a bunch of the rest of the cast, but like just for ease of use, I'm just like click it on Steam and I try the demo out, play for a little bit. But no, it's great. It means that I'm starting to actually explore a bunch of the rest of the cast, which is super dope. God, Heatwave is so cool. So cool. Which stick fighter? There's a couple of them, and yeah, a bunch of the stick fighter games actually do something very similar with one-button specials, but like very, very complex gameplay outside of that. I mean, that's kind of like the core of Smash Brothers, right? Look, it's approachable special inputs, but also
Daily Jackpot.
Oh, by ARF Games. Yes, yes. The ARF Games stick fighter is absolutely doing some of that. Very no combos, an extension of dive kick, an extension of bear sis, and then a jump joust as well. And bringing in a bit of that platform fighter vibe of, you know, it's about the movement and the positioning and these other things as opposed to necessarily the complexity of the inputs, right? Yes, that's a great example, actually. All right, it has been an hour and almost 18 minutes since we have been here. I'm going to take a quick little break, grab myself a drink. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank you, all of you, anyone out there who appreciates what I do and comes by the stream and hangs out in the Discord, all that good stuff. I appreciate you. Really, that's what I want. My whole goal this year has just been to get more cool people into the digital basement so that we can, you know, do amazing things and create a good community and give a space for people to, you know, talk about and enjoy niche and indie fighting games as well as other things. So yeah, thank you for helping make that happen, friends. I'm gonna say it right now, spend your Bezos bucks. This is one of the ways that you could help assist, right? We got those Prime subs, some of us got those Prime subs. So make sure to drop them on an amazing streamer. Someone like Joe P. Real, someone like Mohas Gridlock, someone like myself, someone like Dr. Butler. There are so many cool people doing cool things out there, and you should go support them. That Punk, you should go support them if you can. So yeah, that's a way to do it. It's pretty easy. I understand, not everyone can drag some change out of the couch cushions to pay for a sub. But if you can, consider it. Also, we got the Patreon. It's probably the best way. It's probably the cheapest way for all of y'all, and the best return for me. It provides you ad block absolution as well as access to a whole bunch of other stuff. So please consider supporting me there if you can. But like I said, friends, it's all about... Oops, that's the Discords. That's not actually the thing that's gonna work. And we also got the Discord. So thank you for joining by the stream. Thank you for coming by the Discord. Consider hopping in there. Yeah, and we're gonna keep doing this every Monday, and we're gonna keep doing it after this little break. So I will see you folks in a few minutes. Grab yourselves a drink, take a little stretch, and we will be back for Robo O in just a couple minutes. Hello, bonjour, welcome back everybody. I hope it's going well. I hope your Monday's been good. Chill. It is lovely out today here. I don't know about y'all. It is like sun's not beating down. It's warm. It is just like it's a delight. It's probably gonna get blazing hot, but you know, in the meantime, we gotta enjoy it while we can, man. It's gonna be some cold winter months coming up. Alright, friends, we are gonna swap on over to Robo. I was delighted when I sat down to play. I sat down to play some games at the Toronto Top Tiers Monthly. And Polar Bear was like, I know some Robo. We can play some of that. And I was like, damn, you know what? We should play some of that. I have it basically on all my machines, but it has been a while. I at some point I was waiting. I was like, oh, you know what? We're gonna get a big drop. But I'm like, no. It's like Foxy is doing this gradual phased release and update of Robo O in the newest version, which means I've missed some of those phase drops, and I've realized that I've missed a whole bunch of new cool stuff. So we got to fix that. Where's Robo? Here's Robo. Phase 4. And I do also appreciate that Foxy is keeping the old mode as well. Is it this? It is. All right. Hang on. Let's reset. I had to change my inputs. Apologies. All right. So I need to check out Melody. Because for one, they've completely, so she has a completely new super, which is a heal now. Oh god, and we have beautiful, beautiful new animations. And like, look at that. You get like full heal too. I love it. Whoop. So she still does have the reflect. So this is it, where I'm like, what else has changed? All right. So she still has her jab. Yeah. Oh no, so she has, yeah, jab into the Makoto uppercut. Yeah, she is kind of a rushdown gal. Like, this is pretty good and pretty safe, right? Does good damage, does good chip. The heavy version launches, which lets her meterlessly combo into a juggle. But that doesn't connect. And neither does that, right? So yeah, you can't combo into the heavy launchable one, unfortunately. Without meter, I don't think, unless you just do it like straight off a jump in. Hit confirming is kind of tough. Don't know the full list of changes on the top of your head, but you were talking with the Evo Japan champion VGT the other day, and he thinks Yume's no longer top 1. Interesting. I know some of the Japanese players have been like really on Uchu and like Shippo O, but man, yeah, I'm curious because that's really interesting. I mean, I for one really loved Melody's old super, which was a very, very slow projectile. You could set up some fun Oki with it, but I think the problem was it was really like you should be using her EXs anyways. I mean, I ain't mad at that. Although, I guess... What do we get? 50 off her stand heavy, and it's 100... We only get the one hit, so 30, right? Yeah, 295. Still really good. Like, and like, that keeping her safe, and then you play with that. I guess that kind of is the other option, right? Yeah, is that you go into that for launch. No jumping, though. And then, oh man, Dragon O got a bunch of changes a while back. Just as changelog, looks like the biggest change she got was that her dashing punch now is a smaller hitbox and bigger hurtbox. Yeah, and that's probably a good thing, if we're being honest with ourselves. I do love that Dragon O just has this, like, such a great basic 3-hit, right? Forward heavy, heavy, fireball, forward heavy, 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 fireball. Like... Yeah, you down to parsec a bit? Cool. I'd be down. Let me just poke around a bit of the cast to see what's changed. All right, my girl Nekogami. Oh no, so Torball, this is a it's like base initially when the game first was developed. Yeah, it's made in Godot, but it was initially developed around the limitations of the NES. It has since gone far beyond that, but it is kind of like a what if you had the most souped up NES. Is kind of the philosophy behind it. And yeah, Mohost, I'd absolutely be down. I'm just going to check out my girl Nekogami here to see what her changes, if any, are. And to familiarize myself. But then I'd be down. Oh, can you still... No, I don't think you can anymore. Oh yeah, they don't seem to let you dash cancel your dive kick. And at least on U Melody, I can't get the instant overhead jab, so I can't do that into ball. Oh, fun. Okay, okay. Yeah, they toned down Nekogami a bit, didn't they? I mean, she's still got a built-in overhead low. Oh! Oh, okay, okay, okay. I can still get it off low ball? Yeah! Okay. Dope, dope. Yo, Mohas, let me just boot up Parsec. Oh, sweet. I don't even have to log in. Yeah, man, feel free to drop a... to knock on the Parsec door whenever you're ready. But I figured we'd run a little bit of this, and then if anyone's down, y'all can join me for some Kyanta 2 before we call it an afternoon. And I appreciate you, Mohas, for hopping in for some matches. We got the Grand Sky. I like it. Oh, if you need to change your buttons, feel free. Oh god, the hit stun on that. Oh, right, right. I gotta remember. Heal. Heal. Punish. Oh, no. Two jab. Oh, okay. That's a good chunk. Oh, fuck. I tried to Makoto punch you out of the air. Grand Sky. What a good dude. He's just gonna take you for a ride. What do you think of the state of the genre where the genre doesn't outright tell you the character's function? I mean, I think that is just, like, largely modern design convention. Right? There's been a general move towards more, I guess a greater level of, like, clarity and communication. I think that has been generally prized more and more over the years. And so that's kind of where... it's kind of where they're at, right? So I'm not surprised that fighting games have caught up in that way. It's actually almost kind of surprising that it's taken this long in some ways. Damn, too far for the jab. Oh, really? That wasn't a true block string. Nice. But yeah, there's... even outside of the, because you're right that it does that kind of stuff in like in game, but also outside of the actual combat, right? There's more of a clear, I guess, explanation of character archetypes at character select screen, giving you a better sense of that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, when you play some PvE games and other multiplayers, they're not too precious with information. No, absolutely. They're feeding you all the information all day long, right? That's kind of their mode now, which makes sense in a lot of ways. So yeah, I don't think that is a like a knock or anything on the genre writ large, right? Boosted. Oh, too early. I think that might have killed too. But I think, to your point, KO, I think that's an interesting note about more modern fighting games and how much of a shift there's been to more of that clarity, right? And I think It's come as part of, like, okay, what are we doing to explain this game to people? We can't just make it easier, right? Like, we can't just make the inputs easier. That's not what it's about anymore. So right? Better communication, better onboarding, and that's part of it. Because players are not dumb. They're able to internalize information. Oh, ho, 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 through the gap. Right? So present them the information in a clear way, and present them the relevant information at the right time in a clear way, and players are better able to learn from it. And honestly, I think that has probably done a bigger service to new players getting into the Street Fighter V through Strive kind of era. You encourage Matt to add input icons on character select. Yeah. Right? Like, some people internalize it by right, the controller layout. Some people like the Xbox layout or the PlayStation layout. Other people like light punch, medium punch, heavy punch. Other people like the like more like traditional controller display stuff. Yeah, those are important. Oh, got hit by the second. Nice cross up. Okay, what are your thoughts, friends, on no cross-ups in the corner versus cross-ups in the corner? Like, if your opponent is cornered, should you be prevented from crossing them up? Or is that okay? I did the gun again too early. Yeah, the Senko Narundo sidebar info, the Fantasy Strike conveying frame data and hit sparks. Those are all important things. No corner cross-ups? You don't like the corner cross-ups? Ah, just because you hate it in training mode. That's really funny. That's really funny. Case by case thing for you, KO. You prefer no cross up, but if it's a game where opening people up is hard, then the aggressor needs more than strike throw. That's an interesting. Okay, I like that. I like that as a like a distinguishing factor, right? Hence why you're advocating for guard crush. Guard crush is also really cool. Guard crushes, guard cancels. I mean, I think there are a lot of things you can do defensively and offensively to kind of, yeah. To have some interesting aspects, right? And some interesting counterplay. Oh no. Yeah, look at that. Look at that block stun. Oh my god. Okay, okay. I just need to avoid those missiles. Got thrown. Ah, jeez. When you have strong defensive options, then it allows the other side by proxy to have just a strong counterplay. Yes, yes. Oh, that's absolutely it. Yeah, if you have really, really great defensive options, yeah, you have to have complementary offensive options. And that is empowering for both kind of players and play styles. I only have the 2? I do. All right. Oops. Whoa! I thought that was gonna connect, but it actually frame trapped. Even better. God, okay, yo, I didn't realize that Uchuzine hit like a Mack truck like that. That is just target combo into a single special. So, and like, it has such far range. Oh, shit. Oh, that's good. Guy, I have not played much Uchuzine. I've played a lot of Robo O, but I have not played much Uchuzine. Just do it. Just do it. KO, I'm reading your comment again there, and it makes me think of, right, like when you have strong defensive options, you can have strong offensive options. I think Heatwave is actually a great example of that, right? Thinking about that a little bit more recently, I'm also like, yeah, damn, that game has a lot of really strong defensive options. A lot of, like, a really, really strong parry, invincible backdash, right? Like, just some really interesting stuff and some cool stuff. But also, has some absolutely wild offense and amazing offensive mixed-up tools. And that kind of complements each other very well. Oh, missed my dash cancel. Oh! Took you far enough away. Ah, the stupid anti-air helicopter. Chipped out. Nice. Alright, Sutakis is another one where I love her conceptually. Oh, we even got the U-Melody color. Let me just check my buttons quick. Down, back, reverse Dragon Punch, forward Dragon Punch. Alright. This girl! She's got some combo potential. Now my question is, does she too have a... Right, she's the... Is that also a reflect? I think so. No, no. Strike. Anti-air. Also has a heal. The philosophy you see Team Arcana does with their game. Looking far back, even as Samurai Showdown SP, options in the game are really strong. Yeah, absolutely. And there is... That is one of the really interesting dynamics of fighting games, is that you can have, right, like, even between characters. I mean, one of the interesting things about a variety of character archetypes is some are really strong defensively, some are really strong offensively, right? Like, that should also apply to your wider designs, right? That is a good idea too. Yo, it has projectile invincibility? I'm sorry. That's cool. I thought that was a get good moment for me. Oh shit. SF would never. Elena would never, right? Oh, okay. Okay, so okay, it's not as free as all that. I wonder when the invincibility starts up. Oh man. Yo, Heart Gold, I don't know if you're still in chat. Would you mind checking? It probably has that info in the frame data on the Foxy website, right? Or maybe even anyone else in chat, actually, even. Oh god, this character's so cool. Yep, indie games do things that they're afraid to do. Please. I'm here for it. Oh, you don't have frame data on some of the new moves yet. Ah, alright, cool. Fair enough. Thank you. I appreciate that. Never would have to second guess the invuln heal. But then do it, because you're right. Why not? Give characters bonkers stuff, please. Oh, missed the last EX. I should have saved it. I should have saved it. Can I wake up? No, I'm gonna get fucking swept to death. Ooh, okay. Ouch. Oh, dang it. Oh, damn, I missed my command normal. That sucks. Oh, shoot. Corner, crossed under. Definitely got to watch myself there. Yeah, you're saying you notice more games doing first to 3 match points instead of first to 2 round points. Something with 3D fighters only did, to my knowledge. Yep. I feel that a lot of developers have been able to recognize the pace of their games and the speed of play, and have been willing to say, "Hey, I'm gonna do more rounds. I'm gonna do bigger matches. I'm gonna do multiple characters, health bars, no rounds. I'm gonna do, right, like multiple characters but 1 knockout and multiple rounds, like whatever." There are different formats you can use within all that, and yeah, I think people are better at recognizing, oh, my game plays that quickly, I better do something like this. Nice anti-air. Like, don't, yo, Melody's my girl, man, but Pseudicus might be the way of the future. Can I meaty you with the sweep and link out of it? Oh my god. If I have a fucking link off of my sweep, I'm gonna be so happy. Grants, guys, gotta protect the airs. Oh, man. Yeah. Protect the skies. Right? Like, can I deal with it? Oh, whiffed it. This is on Steam. This is on Steam, Torball, for like, it's like $3, man. Oh, it's also on itch? I didn't actually realize that. Even better. But yeah, no, it's available on Steam. It's available, there's a demo available at foxyboxygames.com if you really just want to try it out for free. Yeah. It's like under $5 on Steam. It is so good. It has been like constantly being updated in some fashion since I want to say 2020. But like when this game started, it didn't have throws. There you go, $2 US, and yeah, it's gonna go up in price once the full, because it's currently being updated. There's a bunch of new art, bunch of new mechanics. So yeah, when 3.0 is complete, it's gonna go up to $3 US, which is still criminally cheap. Like it's. Look, in a world of like $80 and $100 fighting games, when there are $5 fighting games out there, that do all this and are really man, you got support them where you can, guys. Yo, 100%. If ever you want to run if you want to hit up the parsec mines, I'm there. Sorry. Right. That's what it is. Okay. And it's funny, like, so there's a command grab guy who doesn't have, like, command grab character who doesn't have a lariat, but he doesn't have the SPD. Yo, Heavy Tex is so cool. They have, the hat tip, the EX hat tip will actually, it'll like increase the damage on your next command grab. But getting hit doesn't remove the buff. The buff persists between rounds, and the buff is also stackable. It is so cool. Yeah, it is the type of stuff you love to see. And like the game does some really interesting stuff mechanically. So like obviously you can see we have this dash cancel mechanic, right? So when you dash cancel and you're glowing that blue color, all of your attacks have juggle points. Otherwise, only EX moves and your command normals have juggle points. Supers as well, I would say. But like meter bound moves and your medium attacks. So a lot of the game is oh shit. No, so yeah, not all attacks have juggle points, right? God, that took me so long to get it and I died. All right. But it's this really interesting dynamic of like managing your meter for your dash cancels, keep them grounded so you can do extended ground combos and then go into your juggle combos. But the upcoming 3.0 update is gonna includes a tag mode as well, where you can choose two characters, and when you dash cancel, you will swap between them. Right? So you will end up swapping between them instead of doing getting the juggle thing, which is really always fun. And then, yeah, thank you, Hargold. Yeah, to only select attacks have juggle points, mainly command normals, but a few other moves as well. Well, that's fun. I don't know if I actually if I can think of any off the top of my head. But I believe you 100%. Oh. I need a refresher on my move list every time, though, with Dim Cyber. What do we got? Oh, right. They don't show it. Oh, well. I got the fucking Wall of Flames. Let's go. Oh, right. I'm pretty sure I drain meter, man. Dim Cyber's command normal, at least, drains meter from your opponent. So, you know, just if you were wondering what some cool stuff you can do is. Oh, shit. Chipped out. Nice. Oh, right. Third hit launches. Oh, no, I messed it up. So yeah, I think there's some really cool stuff. So like, yeah, Dim Cyber can drain your opponent's meter. Uchu I think, has passive meter build, where it just slowly ticks up. And then there's the other secret character, Shippo O, which I'm also not super familiar with the difference. Oh, and to get them, you just press down, down, down when you're on either Mechs Cyber or Uchu. And you will get the, like, boss version of those characters. They are their own characters, but... Oh, right into your arms. Your loving arms. Jump heavies a few of the characters. Oh, Grand Sky, Dim Cyber, and Heavy Tex, who got the property in 3.0. Fun! Oh, missed the juggle. Look at that. Fucking boss characters, you shouldn't be allowed to be that safe. But I don't know. There's like a ton of characters in this game. There's a lot of really interesting system mechanics. There's a lot of unique mechanics. It's an amazing package. Yeah. I don't know. Listen, this is why I'm the guy who won't shut up about niche fighting games, because like literally I will just gush. Oh my god. That's 3, 4, 5. 5 fireballs will kill Dim Cyber. Oh man. Is this character tournament legal? Oh, for sure. I'm curious to see your take on it, Torball. Absolutely. Oh, too early. Nice. Nice. Good stuff. Thankfully, Dim Cyber's fireballs, while giant and, like, not jumpable by, I'm pretty sure, the entirety of the cast, they have, like, no block stun. So, you're able to just block, walk, and punish. He has a ton of recovery on them. So, you just have to be patient with them. But then once you're close, he has an axe. So that's an overhead. Oh, I was able to do that, but there you go. Just needed to land that hit. See, man, that axe is safe, though. Can confirm Dim's fireballs. Incredibly minus that block. At point blank, they're minus 40 and minus 50, respectively. Youch. They're still really good. Like, because from full screen, who cares? Like, there's some characters can do very, very little about that, right? They might be able to close the gap a little, but if they try to jump over it, if they get clipped by it, oh, man. Whoa, that was weird. That was a weird, like, vertical pop-up. I'm not sure what to think about that. I almost want to go back to a character with a heal super. Fuck. Hit with the overhead. Damn it, wrong one. I tried to interrupt between the multi-hit command normal on block. Did not work out for me. Alright. Nekogami. Let's go. Let's go. The character who I would probably consider to be my actual main. Yo, take it easy, KO. Thanks for swinging by. I always appreciate it. Hope you have a lovely day, man. Oh god, yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll do a few more rounds here, and then I might actually call it for a day. I got some other work I got to do behind the scenes. I want to hang out with the doggo and Mrs. MKL, so yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do in a little bit. But yo, we got some matches. We got some matches in Robo O still. Oof. Hitboxes, man. Oh, jumped right into it. Oh, shite. Gotta be zen. Gotta be the zen if you're gonna be a kitty. Can we also just say that I'm equipped with 9 power sources is an amazing win quote for a cat bot? Good anti-air into the jump heavy juggle. Yeah, it does have a juggle point. Holy shit. The more you know. Nice. Damn, too early. Too far for the throw. Oh, I thought I could catch you with the super. Nice. All right, man. Uno más. Uno más. Just doing cat things. This is what happens. When you get the right color palette, you're unstoppable. Oh, shoot. Oh, trade? Damn. No! It's unstoppable, the air dash. Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate slide through. Damn. Yo, GG's, man. GG's, Tom. That was good. I always appreciate you being around for some matches. Many thanks, my friends. Yo, guys. Alright, yo, thank you for coming into the basement and swinging by for some niche fighters. Robo O is sick. Y'all should play it. So is Uchu Mega Fight. They are either free or remarkably cheap. So is Kyanta. We did not get to some Kyanta today, but we will rectify that in the future. I can promise you that. But yo, for now, I'm gonna have to sign off. I'm gonna go do some work. I'm gonna go live my life and enjoy the time with my wife. And I'd suggest y'all go spend some time with people you care about as well. And yeah, be nice out there, everyone. Be nice to yourselves. Be nice to each other. And stay safe. You'll see me next time here in the digital basement. But yo, until that time, my friends, take it easy and be good. Adios.